King Frederick and Queen Mary of Denmark recently celebrated their porcelain jubilee. By a quirk of fate, and following a previous visit to the King and Queen of Sweden, this significant anniversary coincided with a state trip to Norway. The official program of the event included several important meetings for Frederick and Mary, but, as usual, the highlight of the visit was undoubtedly the lavish state banquet that took place on the day of their anniversary. It was a date King Harald did not want to miss, delivering an emotional speech that has already gone viral on social media, at a time when the royals' marriage remains in the eye of the storm following rumors of the monarch's infidelity. During the dinner, Norwegian Harald gave his usual head of state speech. But in between the usual pleasantries about the ties between the two Scandinavian royal families, he took a moment to address Queen Mary directly. Addressing his granddaughter's godfather's wife, Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, Harald said, in the presence of the many guests at the gala banquet, "You set yourself a great task when you fell in love with this athletic Dane. You carried Denmark, the country and its people deep in your heart. And today you have been married for 20 years. That deserves a round of applause. It is nice that today you are celebrating your wedding anniversary with all of us." It was evident how moved the Queen of Denmark was by the Norwegian monarch's words. After the speech, Mary and Harald look into each other's eyes and smile warmly. It is quite possible that King Harald's words were so touching because he himself knows how important and valuable love is, even if it is above the crown, because the Norwegian monarch had to fight for his happiness for a long time. Today he and his wife, Queen Sonja, have been married for 56 years, but the couple had to weather many storms to get to this point. Because of her commoner origins, the Norwegian woman was not good enough for her in-laws. They met in 1959 and at first kept their romance a secret. Only 9 years later, King Olaf V, after consulting with the government, announced his consent to the marriage of the crown prince. Harald made public his decision to relinquish his rights to the throne if their marriage was not authorized. When the firstborn of the royal couple, Crown Prince Haakon, wanted to marry the commoner Mette-Marit, Harald and Sonja did not hesitate for a second. The same thing happened with their daughter Martha Louise's first wedding to writer Ari Behn, and her wedding in August to scandalized American shaman Durek Verrett. After traveling to neighboring countries, it was Mary and Frederick's turn to join their compatriots at the Royal Run, a fun run in different parts of Denmark, in which the royals and their children ran separately along with about 100,000 enthusiastic runners. While Queen Margrethe's firstborn son, Queen Margrethe, took part for the first time as monarch in the town of Fredericia, Crown Prince Christian and his 3 siblings Isabella, Josephine, and Vincent took to the start line in other parts of the country, while Queen Mary, dressed in her official uniform, took part in this year's race in the town of Kalundborg. Mary ran the 5-kilometer course on a challenging course that included a steep hill with an average gradient of 8.6%, which is steeper than even the famous LPD's climb. Because of the steepness of the hill, the royals alternated walking and running on this section of the course. After the royal race, Mary told the media that it was a tough race for me, but it was a good one. It was more hilly than I expected. When it's so steep and you're not in the best shape, it's quicker for me to walk than to run. But the challenge was to have fun, and I did. I am light of these events. Marked by such significant moments in the lives of Scandinavian royal families, we see not only diplomatic and cultural ties, but also the deep personal relationships that bind these dynasties together. The porcelain jubilee of King Frederick and Queen Mary, celebrated in Norway, was not just a cause for celebration, but a reminder of how important it is to value and maintain the close ties between countries and their monarchical families. King Harald's emotional speech emphasized not only respect for the Danish royal couple, but also the common values shared by the Scandinavian monarchies: love, loyalty, and respect. These same values were reflected in the Danish royal family's participation in the royal race, demonstrating their closeness to the people and their willingness to share both joys and hardships with them. The love stories of King Harald and Queen Sonja, as well as their support in choosing life partners for their children, remind us that true feelings and family values remain unchanged despite all challenges. These examples show that in today's world, royals continue to be role models not only in matters of etiquette and tradition, but also in matters of the heart. In conclusion, these events emphasize the importance of family bonds, friendship, and international cooperation, making them not just royal news, but stories that inspire us all. In a world often plagued by uncertainty and conflict, these moments of light and positivity remind us that love, respect, and friendship can overcome any obstacle.